Hey Bells fans, it's Nate Anderson, working the front office with the Bells. I just wanted to say thanks for joining us for the first iteration of the Bells Blast from the Past series. We're going to be doing this every couple weeks here in one form or another, video, audio. So tonight you're going to be seeing a 2018 playoff game between the Kelowna Falcons and the Bells. Be aware, we have cut it down a little bit to get it closer to a 2-hour mark here, so be ready for it to skip around over some innings here and there. And then also we're going to have some insights from some of the key players in the game. So stay tuned throughout the whole thing, enjoy, and go Bells.
Hello and welcome to Joe Martin Field here in Bellingham, Washington for game number 2 of the West Coast League North Divisional Series as the Bellingham Bells return home to host the Kelowna Falcons, trailing in the series 1-0. And good evening once again, everyone. Noah Clunin along with you on an overcast but cool evening here from Bellingham. 68 degrees is going to be our first pitch temperature. A much different night for baseball than it was last evening in Kelowna, at which the first pitch was at 90 degrees. But today at 68, a lot cooler, and the Bells are happy to be back home where they are 20-10 on the year. And we've got a packed house here at Joe Martin Field as Nick Nastrini will take the rubber in the winner-go-home game here for the Bellingham Bells. He leads the team in ERA with a 1.88 earned run average coming into today. Nastrini, the 6'3" incoming freshman to the University of California at Los Angeles. The future Bruin has had a terrific season, going 4-2 and allowing just 9 runs in 43 innings pitched. Matt Volsky, Davis Tadosachuk, Taylor Wright lead things off for the Kelowna Falcons here in the top of the first. Dan Pruitt, Garrett Kelly, Tyler Nixon occupy the middle third of the order. And Austin Butler, Ezra Samperi, and Matt Land round out the starting 9. Bellingham in their home white uniforms tonight. Bells in script lettering across the front, written in navy, trimmed in teal. Nastrini winds and delivers, and today's first pitch is a fastball at 90 miles an hour that runs just a bit low for ball 1, and we are underway here from Bellingham. Light breeze blowing in from center field at 5 miles an hour. Nastrini's ready. His 1-0 pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air, shallow center field. Guthrie Morrison has a beat on it. He comes in, and he will cruise under it to make the catch in shallow center. Set the defensive alignment behind Nick Nastrini today. Jordan Stoner's in left, Guthrie Morrison in center. Connor Mack is in right. Dusty Stroops at the hot corner. Ernie Yake is at short. Matt McLean makes the start at second. Cody Pasek is at first. And Chris Jimenez is catching Nick Nastrini tonight. 1 up, 1 down for the Bells right-hander. Nastrini making his 9th start of the year. That is the most starts of any pitcher on this Bells team this year. The first pitch to Davis Tadasachuk runs outside for ball 1. Here the count is 1-0. One of Nastrini's calling cards this year has been first pitch strikes. Over 55% of his first pitches have gone for strikes. The 1-0 pitch, that one is in there, a called strike. And the count is a ball and a strike. No score, top of the first inning. Kelowna leads the series 1-0 after a 4-2 win last night on their home turf in Kelowna, British Columbia. 1-1 is a good curveball, waved at and missed. It's 1-2. Tadasachuk 1 for 4 yesterday on the season, hitting .271, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. A very talented center fielder for the Falcons. Bats from the right side, a wide open stance. The 1-2 just misses low, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Nastrini coming off of 2 of his rougher starts of the year. He gave up 3 runs in each of his last 2 starts, but other than that, this season he has been sensational. 2-2 pitch, swung on, bounced foul at the plate. Bounced off the foot of Tadasachuk that time, and all the way back to the backstop. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kelowna goes with their road gray uniforms tonight. A navy stripe down the side, navy numbers on the front and in the back. Tadasachuk wears number 28 for the Falcons, who come into tonight with 29 wins, 26 losses. But a crucial 1-0 lead here in this series. The 2-2 misses high and tight for ball 3. Walks have been an issue at times this season for Nastrini. When he's had good command, he's been nearly unhittable. But when he's missing and forced to throw a fastball in counts that you should not have to throw a fastball, that is when he has really started to struggle. The payoff pitch, a check swing, they'll appeal. He did not go around, says the first base umpire, and that is a one-out walk to Tadashchuk. 23rd walk of the year issued by Nastrini. He's walking about 4 men per 9 innings, a number he would like to get down. But he's also striking out close to 8 men per 9 innings as well. Here's the number 3 hitter, Taylor Wright. He's one of the more dangerous hitters in this Kelowna lineup. He took Justin Armbruster deep, a solo home run to right yesterday. Bats from the left side, and he swings at the first pitch and slaps it into center field. Not very deep. Guthrie Morrison now comes in. At the last moment, has to reach down and make the waist-high catch, but he gets it for out number 2. 2 flyouts to center and a walk here in the top of the first inning. There's still no score. Dan Pruitt will be the batter. Nick Nastrini's last start came against Kelowna 1 week ago today on August 4th. The right-hander's ready. He kicks and fires in the first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, a called strike 1. Nastrini was touched up a bit. He went just 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 of them were earned on 4 base hits, walked only 1 batter, but he struck out 5 in that ball game. The 0-1, strike 2 called. Good moving fastball right at the knees, and Pruitt watches it sail by him for strike 2. Pruitt yesterday 0 for 4. That snapped his 7-game hitting streak. Trying to restart that today. The 0-2 swung on, hit off the inside handle, grounded to short. Ernie Yakes up with it, throws across on the run. Inning over. Nick Nastrini walks the batter here in the top of the first, but Kelowna strands Tadashchuk at first. And the Bellingham Bells are coming to the bat at the bottom of the first inning in a 0-0 ball game here in Game 2 of this 3-game series. We'll be back after this on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com.
The Opportunity Council is now...
We go to the bottom of the first inning. Still no score here from Bellingham. An overcast night here at Joe Martin Field, but a great crowd on hand here for a must-win ball game for the Bellingham Bells, who come to the plate here in the home half of the first inning with a much different-looking lineup than they brought out in Kelowna for Game 1 of this series. Ernie Yake leads off, Dusty Stroop to follow, Matt McLean will bat third. Jordan Stoner, Cody Pasek, Landon Kimbrough occupy the middle third of the order, and Connor Mack, Chris Jimenez, Guthrie Morrison will round out the starting 9 for the Bellingham Bells today against James Brooks, the 6'2", 175-pound right-handed pitcher, a native of Vancouver, Washington. He's going to Central Washington University next fall, and he has had a very good season. One of the more consistent starters for the Kelowna Falcons this year. He's 4-0 with a 4.66 ERA. His last start came against the Bellingham Bells. He did get a relief appearance against Wenatchee just 3 days ago as a tune-up for this start. He went 2 innings in that appearance, gave up 1 earned run on 2 hits, walked 2, and struck out 2. And he will face the Bellingham Bells lineup that has really started to heat up here at home over their final homestand of the regular season, and they will try and carry that over into the postseason. Ernie Yake will dig in. He will lead things off for the Bellingham Bells, back into the leadoff spot after spending really the last 3 weeks in the 3-hole. The first pitch from Brooks to Yake misses upstairs for ball 1. Ernie Yake in the regular season hit .304 with a homer and 20 runs batted in. He was 0 for 4 the last time out against Brooks, and struggled yesterday as well, going 0 for 4. The 1-0, a swing and a miss, chased a fastball right outside of the zone. It's 1-1. Yake, Stroop, McLean due up here at the bottom of the first inning. Still no score, no hits allowed from either pitcher yet. Nick Nastrini navigated just a walk in the top of the first inning. Faced just 4 batters. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Fastball at 87 miles an hour right at the belt, and Yake swings through it for strike 2. The outfield plays Yake a little shallow. Swung around a bit to the left side, with a strong breeze blowing in from center. The 1-2 misses high and outside. In the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Bellingham going with a lineup shakeup today after scoring just 2 runs in yesterday's contest. Bob Miller trying to spark something in his offense here in a must-win Game 2. The wind from Brooks, the 2-2 pitch, swung on, a foul ball right off the end of the bat. Back into the screen, the count stays alive. And one of the positives of having Ernie Yake at the top of the order is the fact that he does not strike out a lot. He'll draw a lot of pitches, and Bellingham gets a chance to see everything that Brooks has here to begin the ball game. Here's another 2-2. Swinging a foul tip into the glove, strike 3. Samperi able to squeeze it and hang on, and Yake is down on strikes for the first time today, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Dusty Stroop, the right-handed hitting third baseman out of Missouri Western State University. That was Ernie Yake's 14th strikeout in 159 at-bats this year. He's out number 1. Dusty Stroop digs in now from the right side. And the first pitch from on the outside cornered, but just a bit off of it. 1-0 the count. The umpiring crew today, it's a 4-man crew. Jacob Ashler, Daryl Mason, Steve Hilkendorf, and Chris Clafin. On today's officiating crew, the 1-0. This is inside, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Dusty Stroop leads the team in walks, 25 walks on the year. He's hitting .253, a homer, 22 runs batted in. He's been a very solid player in the middle to the top of the order all year. 2-0, swung on and missed, chased a fastball above his belt, but his eyes lit up on the 2-0 fastball, and he went after it. And the count 2 balls and a strike. Bellingham has really started to heat things up at home as of late. The 2-1. A swing and a pop-up on the first base side, drifting into foul territory. Dan Pruitt, the first baseman, gives it a look, but that one will land over top of the streets. And a fan must have made a nice play outside of the ballpark because that has got the crowd all up in a ruckus. Good crowd on hand here already with still some more fans filing into the gate. A cooler night here in Bellingham, but that has not stopped these Bells faithful from making their way to Joe Martin Field tonight. The 2-2 to Stroop. Misses outside. It's a full count. James Brooks, 4-0 on the year. A 4.66 ERA. In 46 and a third innings, he's allowed just 24 earned runs on 48 base hits, allowing just over 1 hit per inning. The payoff pitch misses inside, bounces back behind Samperi, and Dusty Stroop draws his 26th walk of the year, and that's why Bellingham has him in the 2 spot tonight. He gets on base a whole lot of the time, and he's on first base now for Matt McLean. McLean on a 7-game hitting streak. He's been in the 2 spot for the entirety of that streak, and now Bellingham's going to move him down into the 3 spot. Bob Miller said they want to get him some more at-bats with runners on base, and they feel they have a better chance of doing so with Dusty Stroop and Ernie Yake in front of him, and that's exactly how it's played out here in the first. The first offering to McLean misses just a tick low, and it's ball 1. The outfield plays Matt McLean straight up, but fairly deep. McLean won't overwhelm you with his size, but boy, does this kid pack a punch. .291 hitter on the year, 3 homers, 24 runs driven in. A throwback to first, and Dusty Stroop's back with a dive. McLean, 5'11", 175 pounds. But in just over a month of being with the team, in the over 2-month season, McLean has already risen to the top in the RBI category. He's second behind Matt James. Brooks is ready, the 1-0. Taken at the knees, a fastball at 84 miles an hour, called strike 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dusty Stroop's the base runner at first. He has 5 stolen bases on the year. He's always a threat to run as well. Bellingham's also gone to a lot of hit-and-run situations early in ball games this season. Brooks is ready. He steps off and throws over. Stroop back with a dive. No score bottom of the first inning. Bellingham with a 1-out base runner here after the walk drawn by Dusty Stroop. Sun trying to peek out from behind the clouds here in Bellingham. 68 degrees here at the first pitch. 1-1 to McLean. Taken at the belt. A called strike. This one towards the outer half of the plate. And it's 1-2 on the Bell's 3-hitter. McLean has been lights out at home this year, hitting .333 here at Joe Martin Field. He has really liked hitting here in Bellingham. Also, 19 of his 24 RBIs have come here at home. 8 of them on a pair of grand slams that he had on back-to-back days at the end of July. The 1-2 swung on, lifted in the air down the right field line, tailing towards the corner and out of play. Well, one of the things Matt McLean also does extremely well is he does not strike out a lot. Last strikeout for McLean came on July 29th, all the way back against Portland, against what was the second best pitching staff in the West Coast League. McLean down in the count, though, 1-2 here. Brooks sets. He'll throw another one on over to first, and Stroop back with a dive. Already 16 pitches in the inning for James Brooks. Bellingham making him work a fair amount here in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless ball game here in game 2. Brooks is ready at the letters, the 1-2. A check swing from McLean. They'll appeal. He went around, says the first base umpire. And Matt McLean is down on strikes on a check swing in the dirt. And that is out number 2, second strikeout of the inning for Brooks. And there's a runner on first and now 2 outs for Jordan Stoner. Well, Jordan Stoner making his first start in the 4-hole today. He's hitting the 3, the 2, the 1, and pretty much everywhere else in the lineup. But not in the 4 spot, but he makes the start as the cleanup man today. The first pitch from Brooks misses inside with a curveball, and it's 1-0. Sun has now poked its way out from behind the clouds here in Bellingham. The field is soaked in the sun. A lot of jackets and sweatshirts on today if you look out in the crowd, as a light rain begins to fall now as the sun comes out. The 1-0, a swing and a hard ground ball to third, fielded by Taylor Wright. He'll set his feet, throw on to first, and that retires the side. Bellingham gets a 1-out walk to Dusty Stroop, but they strand him there, as the Bells have no runs on no hits, no errors, a runner left here in the inning, and we've got no score through 1 inning of play here in Game 2 of this divisional series. We go to the second after this on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com. Garrett Kelly leads things off here at the top of the second inning for the Kelowna Falcons. No score after 1 inning in the books, and the rain is beginning to fall here in Bellingham despite the sun just coming out here at Joe Martin Field, as Kelly swinging at the first pitch, lifts it in the air to shallow left field. Jordan Stoner cruises under it near the foul line, and he will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Nastrini here in the second inning. Well, the rain is starting to actually come down now pretty heavily. Some fans making their way to the concourse looking for a little bit of shelter. The sun came out from behind the clouds, and no sooner did the sun make an appearance than the heavens opened as well, and now it's raining here in Bellingham. First time it has rained here in Bellingham during a game this season. Here's the first offering to Tyler Nixon. It's taken at the knees for a called strike, and it's 0-1. No score top of the second inning. Both teams got a base runner in the first inning via the walk, but both pitchers able to work around it. Here comes the 0-1 to Nixon. Changeup taken on the inside corner for strike 2. Nastrini, the 6'3" freshman right-hander out of UCLA, a native of San Diego, California. This guy has a very bright future for the Bruins. The wind and the 0-2 pitch bounced in there, and the count of ball and 2 strikes. Well, many people saw the potential that Nastrini had in high school. He was ranked as the number 27th prospect coming out of the state of California, but his stock has only grown after this summer. The 1-2, a swing and a bouncer to the left side, backhanded by Stroop, the third baseman. Long throw across, it's high and bounces down the right field line. Nixon stays put at first. He's aboard on the error by Dusty Stroop. Well, I think Stroop maybe tried to rush that throw just a bit. He had plenty of time to set his feet and make a strong throw, but he tried to pull it out of his glove quickly and go with a little sidearm toss, and he threw it too high for Pasek, and it bounces up against the sidewall beyond first base. And Kelowna has a 1-out base runner for the second straight inning. Tyler Nixon now at first here for Austin Butler, the left fielder, who's hitting .250 on the year. No homers, 6 runs batted in. stands in from the right side. Nestrini's ready at the letters. Takes a long look in, and he delivers. The first pitch is a slider in the dirt, blocked nicely by Chris Jimenez for ball one. Chris Jimenez, the catcher out of Long Beach State, working with Nick Nestrini again here today. Second time these two have worked together this summer. Jimenez has been extremely impressive from behind the plate. He's only made 4 starts, but he's already thrown out 3 base stealers. Nixon has good speed over at first. He has a pretty decent lead as well. Nestrini out of the stretch is ready. The 1-0 misses up high and outside. Jimenez went for a snap throw back to first, but put it in his back pocket after he didn't get a good grip on the baseball. And the count's 2-0. No score, top of the second inning. Second game of this 3-game series between the Bells and the Falcons. The 2-0 runner takes off. The pitch is low. Here's the throw from Jimenez. It's on the mark. It's in time. Jimenez erases Tyler Nixon for out number 2. What a throw from Jimenez on the money, and Ernie Yank, the shortstop, comes across the bag, makes the catch, and tags Nixon right on his back leg before he could get his hand in front of the tag, and there's 2 gone here in the inning. Nixon thrown out for the 5th time this season. It's the 2nd time Bellingham has thrown him out here in this series. Here's the 3-0 to Butler. Taking all the way, it misses inside and low for ball 4. Second walk issued today by Nestrini, and the inning stays alive for Ezra Samperi. Boy, that caught stealing becomes even bigger now for the Bells. It could be runners at first and second. Instead, the error does not come back to hurt the Bells, as Chris Jimenez picks up Dusty Stroop and throws out the would-be base stealer. Here's Ezra Samperi. The first pitch to him. He squares the bunt and bunts it foul down the first baseline. 0-1. Samperi comes into today hitting .262, 1 homer, 8 runs batted in. The Gresham, Oregon native, playing in Kelowna for his first summer. Samperi got to the team late, but he has been a part of their platoon at catcher. Jake Fisher caught last night. Samperi makes the start tonight. Runner at first, 2 gone. A scoreless ball game in the top of the second. Next offering, line down the right field line. Connor Mack giving chase. He's into foul ground, and he will not be able to make the catch as he goes crashing through a gate down the sidewall. Chasing after that fly ball, but it lands in foul territory, and the count is 0-2. Austin Butler retreats back to first base. He was all the way around second. That one would have been trouble if it had stayed fair, but it bounces well foul. The rain continuing to fall here in Bellingham. It's a very light mist. The sun is shining on the field as well, though, so a very interesting aesthetic here in the top of the second inning. Yesterday in Kelowna, it was the smoke and haze from surrounding wildfires in British Columbia, but today it's right at the same time. Right-hander against right-hander. The set from Nestrini, the 0-2. Swung on and fouled back into the screen by Samperi. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Corvallis and Portland just getting underway in Game 2 of their series. 7:05 is the first pitch. They are still in the top of the first inning. They just got underway in Walker Stadium in Portland, Oregon. The set from Nestrini, the 0-2. Swung on, bounced to first, fielded on a hop by Cody Pasek. He takes it to the bag himself, and that ends the inning. Bellingham works around a walk in an error here in the second inning to throw up another 0 on the scoreboard in the top of the second. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left for the Kelowna Falcons here in the second. And we go to the home half of the inning here in a scoreless ball game from Joe Martin Field right after this on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com.
These days.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, still scoreless here from Joe Martin Field in Bellingham, Washington. The rain has since stopped, and the sun is now shining here at Joe Martin Field for Game 2 of this West Coast League North Divisional Series. Kelowna took Game 1 yesterday by a final score of 4-2. They lead the series 1-0. Bellingham must win today or their season is over. And so far, they have just 1 base runner through 1 inning. Dusty Stroop drew a walk in the bottom of the first, but Bellingham could not move him over or get him in. And Cody Pasek, Landon Kimbrough, and Connor Mack will be due up here for the Bells in the bottom of the second inning. James Brooks looked pretty solid in the first inning, forced to use 19 pitches as Bellingham really worked him hard. The first pitch to Pasek misses up and inside for ball one. Pasek, the left-handed hitting utility man this year for the Bells. He's caught, he's played first, he's played right field. Done just about everything you could ask of him so far this year. The 1-0 swung on, popped up back behind the plate. That one's going to get over top of the press box and into the concourse. 1-1 the count. Pasek on the year hitting .245, no homers, 12 runs batted in. But he's been very good at home, and he's been very good since July 1st. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a pop-up, another one back behind the dish. This time Samperi gives it a look, but that one will get out of play as well, and the count was 1-2. Pasek has loved hitting here at home. He's tied with Matt McLean for the best batting average on the team here at Joe Martin Field, hitting .333 across the 30 home games. Here's the wind from Brooks, the 1-2 pitch. A swing and another foul back into the screen, this time off the end of the bat. And Pasek able to spoil that off-speed pitch to stay alive. Pasek hitting over 300 as well since July 1st. He has really turned it around in the second half of the year. And he said in batting practice today that he's felt the best he's felt all season. The 1-2 misses upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pasek last night was 0 for 1 with 3 walks. The second time this season he's walked 3 times in a game. And in the last 5 games against Kelowna, Pasek has walked 10 times. The 2-2 misses up high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pasek is second on the club in walks with 20, behind Dusty Stroop, who drew his 26th walk of the season back in the first inning. A 3-2 count to Cody Pasek to lead things off in the second inning. Here it comes. It's swung on and fouled back off the mask of Samperi. And Pasek stays alive. A good at-bat here to open up the inning. Landon Kimbrough, the designated hitter's in the on-deck circle. He will be next. Cody Pasek bats from the left side. Pretty wide open stance. His feet close together. The 3-2. Swung on, hammered deep to right field. Back is Kelly. He's at the wall. He's out of room, and it's out of here. Cody Pasek's first blast of the year gives the Bells a 1-0 lead here in a must-win Game 2 in the West Coast League Divisional Series. Round tripper for the University of Maine Black Bear as Pasek, his first home run in the West Coast League play, gives Bellingham a 1-0 lead. A line drive home run to right. The first hit of the ball game for either team, and it leaves the ballpark. And Pasek rounds the bases with home run number 1 and RBI number 13. Here's Landon Kimbrough. He digs in from the right side and takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Bellingham scored first last night. They could not hang on to the lead. Tonight they score first again, and they'll try and hang on in Game 2. The 1-0 to Kimbrough. A swing and a line drive right field, hooking foul. Had a chance, but at the last second, bounced to the right of the foul line and down into the corner. The count, a ball and a strike. Bellingham, when scoring first this season, 25-11. The wind from Brooks, the 1-1. Misses high and outside for ball 2. Landon Kimbrough is another guy, a late addition to the club. Joined Bellingham about 3 weeks into the season, but has played a multitude of positions. The 2-1. Misses low and inside, 3 balls and a strike. Kimbrough's played some third, some first, some second. Today's the designated hitter, replacing Matt James in the starting lineup, who started yesterday's ball game. Kimbrough hitting .250 on the year. The 3-1 pitch, outside, ball 4. And the first 2 men have reached here in the inning for Bellingham. Runner at first, nobody out. Here for 1-0 Bellingham here in the bottom of the second inning. The Bells looking to get to that magic number 5. They could not get to it yesterday. But Bellingham, when they score 5 runs this season, has 20 wins to just 4 losses. Third baseman Wright is in at the cut of the grass. Connor Mack squares at the first pitch, but pulls it back on a fastball high and tight, and it's 1-0. Taylor Wright's one of the best third basemen defensively in the West Coast League that we've got a chance to see this summer. Made 2 spectacular plays yesterday, including a barehanded grab on a bunt attempt to throw out Matt McLean. Runner goes on the 1-0, and a jam job pops up Connor Mack back behind the first base bag. Second baseman Land is into foul ground, and he will make the catch for out number 1. The hit and run was on that time as Kimbrough took off from first base. The pitch was high and inside, not a pitch that Connor Mack really could do anything with, but trying to protect the would-be base stealer. Swings and pops it up in foul territory just behind the bag at first. And Matt Land, the second baseman, one gone here in the end. The Bell's catcher, Chris Jimenez, the Long Beach State University product. The latest addition to Bellingham, joined the team at the end of July, making his 5th start of the year today. And the first pitch, a swing and a miss on a slider out of the zone. It's 0-1. Chris Jimenez was the everyday catcher for the Dirtbags this spring. Out of 60 games, he started 54 and played in 56. Hit just above the Mendoza line for Long Beach State this spring, hitting a .188 for the Bells this summer. The 0-1. A swing and a pop-up foul ground behind the bag at first. Dan Pruitt, the first baseman, gives it a look. He's at the sidewall, and he'll run out of room. Bounces into the Bells bullpen just beyond the first base dugout. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Still a light mist coming down from the sky here in Bellingham. A light breeze blowing in from center field. But the sun is still shining on Joe Martin Field. Runner at first with 1 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. Chris Jimenez is the batter. Moves way up in the box for the 0-2 pitch. It misses upstairs for ball 1. Leadoff homer for Cody Pasek has given the Bells a 1-0 lead. It was Pasek's first home run of the year. First hit of the ball game and still the only hit of the game for either side. Jimenez moves way up in the box again here for a 1-2 pitch. Brooks is ready. He kicks and fires. And the pitch taken down low for ball 2. Boy, that was a pretty good pitch that time from James Brooks. But it misses just a hair low. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jimenez, no homers, 6 runs batted in on the year. His Bellingham debut was one of the best debuts we've seen this year out of anybody for Bellingham. The 2-2. Bounced in there, a slider runs away from Brooks, and a nice block by Samperi to slide to his right and keep that one at the plate. The count is full on Jimenez. Chris Jimenez made his debut and went 1 for 2. 2 RBIs, a sacrifice fly as well. But ever since that debut, he struggled to get things going with the bat again. The payoff pitch, swung on, lifted in the air down the right field line. Tough play here for the second baseman, Matt Land, and he will run out of room as he gets to the sidewall and loses it. So another 3-2 pitch upcoming here to Jimenez. Already 21 pitches in the inning for the right-hander Brooks. He's now at 40 pitches in the ballgame. Just an inning and a third through this one. Jared Aiken, the starter in last night's ballgame, struggled through the first 2 innings. Gave up 1 hit, walked 4. But Bellingham couldn't take advantage of it. James Brooks having much of the same problems here today. The payoff pitch, runner goes, and Jimenez swings and fouls it back. Landon Kimbrough was off and running on the plate, perhaps trying to keep the double play out of order. Kimbrough's not a very avid base stealer. He's stolen 2 bags on the year. He's 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts, but not a guy who runs often. Has a good lead at first, a 3-step lead. The set from Brooks. He pumps with the 3-2 pitch. Line through the left side into left field. And Jimenez has himself a 1-out base hit. What a battle from Chris Jimenez. Gets to a full count, fouls off a pair of balls, and is able to line one through the 5-6 hole into left field for a base hit. Second hit of the inning, second of the ball game for the Bells. Kimbrough moves up 90 feet to second. Jimenez is now at first. And Guthrie Morrison, the number 9 hitter, will be the batter. Morrison down into the 9 spot in the lineup after leading things off yesterday. He was 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles. but Bellingham has really liked the presence Morrison gives to that 9 spot, acting as almost a second leadoff batter for the Bells. The first pitch from Brooks is a slider on the inside corner for a called strike 1. Boy, Bellingham really curling up to strike here in the bottom of the second inning. Already 1 run home on the leadoff homer from Pasek. It out 2 on and only 1 out for Guthrie Morrison. The set from Brooks works the far third base side, and the 0-1 pitch bounced in there, blocked by Sam Perry, and the count is 1-1. Guthrie Morrison hitting .237 on the season. 1 home run, 9 runs batted in. The home run for Morrison came back on June 4th. Just the 3rd game of the season for the Bells against the Walla Walla Sweets. The 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, took him upstairs with a fastball at 83 miles an hour. Good movement on it as well. And Morrison swings through it for strike 2. A run on 2 hits in the inning so far for the Bells. Kimbrough's also walked. There's runners at first and second, and still only 1 out. Top of the order, and Ernie Yake waits on deck. The 1-2 to Morrison. Bounces away from Sam Perry, and both runners are going to move into scoring position. Jimenez to second, Kimbrough to third on the wild pitch from James Brooks. It gets away from Sam Perry. He blocked it relatively well, but it squirted up the first base line. And both runners got a good jump on it, and they move into scoring position. Infield comes in for Kelowna. A 2-2 count on Morrison. Here comes the pitch. A swing and a blooper over the head of the second baseman, Land dropping in a hurry. Coming on's the right fielder, Kelly, and he will make the sliding catch to take a hit away from Guthrie Morrison. And that's the second out of the inning. Boy, with Matt Land, the second baseman, playing in at the cut of the infield grass to try and cut the runner off at home. It looked initially off the bat as if it may get down in right field, but Garrett Kelly got an amazing jump on the baseball, and already playing shallow, was able to come on and slide to make the catch. So there's 2 gone now in the inning, still 2 runners in scoring position here for the Bells. Ernie Yake is the batter, a 1-0 Bellingham lead. The first pitch to Yake is on the outside corner, a called strike 1. Ernie Yake on the season, hitting .304, 1 homer, 20 runs batted in. Here's the set. Long look in for Brooks, and the 0-1. Misses outside, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. A week ago today, when Brooks faced the Bells, Ernie Yake was 1 for 1 with 2 walks, and a very solid day in that opener of the final regular season series for Bellingham. Right-hander against left-hander, the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled into the screen back behind the plate, and the count is 1-2. Ernie Yake, the hometown kid, spending his second season with the Bells. A native of Bellingham, grew up watching the Bells, acted as the bat boy for a number, and he has been an all-star for the Bells the last 2 seasons. Up at a big spot here in Game 2, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Brooks takes something off of it, and Ernie Yake swings through it. He's down on strikes for the second time today, and that will end the inning. Bellingham strands 2 runners in scoring position, but they get the big blow from Cody Pasek to lead off the inning. A solo home run to right field gives the Bells a 1-0 lead. 2 innings in the books here on your home for the Bellingham Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com.
30 K-Bay.
We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Bellingham leading 1-0 here in a must-win game for the Bells. Kelowna leads the series 1-0. And in a 3-game series, Bellingham must win today to extend it to a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow at 6:35. Matt Land, Matt Volsky, and Davis Tadasichuk 2 up here in the 3rd. 1 run on 2 hits for the Bells in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and they lead it 1-0. First pitch from Nastrini to Matt Land is a fastball that just misses off the outer edge for ball 1. Land, the second baseman tonight, bats from the left side, a close stance. Holds his bat very low on his shoulder. Here's the 1-0. A swing and a miss, chases a Breaking pitch outside for strike one. Land had a very good day yesterday. 2 for 3, a pair of singles, drove home a run as well. Land getting some starts here towards the end of the season as Kelowna is starting to lack some depth after a lot of guys went home. 1-1 in on the hands and fouled back, and the count's a ball and 2 strikes. That's something that all teams deal with coming towards the end of the season, but Bellingham has been very fortunate, at least in this series. A lot of guys from a lot of teams have to go home due to the fact that school begins early for some schools across the country. Here's the 1-2 from Nastrini. A swing and a miss. First strikeout for Nastrini today, and there's one gone here in the third inning. Kelowna lost Trent Tingelstad, their leading hitter all year. He finished second in the league in average, first in home runs, and second in RBIs, and that's a huge loss for the Falcons. They also lost a couple of everyday players as well as some bullpen guys. Whereas Bellingham, the only player that left after their final regular season series was Johnny Wiltfang. First pitch to Volsky is cued over towards the first base line. Off the end of the bat, Pasek able to field it. He'll run over to the bag himself as Volsky never even left the batter's box. I'm not sure if Volsky thought that one hit off of home plate or it was a foul ball, or I'm not sure what he was thinking because that one very clearly was put back into play. But Volsky just never left the box, and I think he may have broke his bat as well. He's retired for out number 2. 3 unassisted on the play as Pasek easily scoops it up and slowly walked to the bag at first. Here's Davis Tadasichuk, the number 2 hitter. He walked his first time up but was stranded. First pitch to him. Strike called on the inside corner. Good fastball from Nish, looking sharp today. The right-hander, the number 187th ranked prospect by perfect game in the entire country coming out of high school this past spring. 0-1 pitch is chopped foul down the third base line. It's 0-2 on Tadasichuk. Davis Tadasichuk walked his first time up. The native of Kelowna, British Columbia, has played in over 100 games for the Falcons. Spent last year in the WCL, and again this year, having a very good year. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. First 1-2-3 frame of the day for Nick Nastrini. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. Bellingham 1, Kelowna nothing. Here from Joe Martin Field on the home for the Bellingham Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com.
8.9 and AM 930 K-Bay.
One nothing lead for the Bells as we go to the bottom of the third inning here from Joe Martin Field. And overcast rained on and off throughout the ball game, but it has now stopped. The sun is back behind the cloud as Bellingham will have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here in the third inning against James Brooks, who stays on to work the third inning. Brooks already at 51 pitches. He's allowed 1 run on 2 hits. He's walked a pair as well already through the first 2 innings. And Bellingham will try and touch him up the second trip through the order. Dusty Stroop, Matt McLean, and Jordan Stoner are the scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the third inning. The wind from Brooks, and his first pitch misses way outside and all the way to the backstop. That one was on the other side of the left-handed hitter's batter's box. That's how far away that one got from James Brooks. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Dusty Stroop drew his team best 26th walk of the season back in the first inning. 1-0 pitch, smashed to deep left field. Back is Butler. He's at the track. He reaches up and makes the catch. Takes extra bases away from Dusty Stroop, who smashed that one all the way to the warning track. And good thing Austin Butler was playing deep because he was able to just take a few steps back and run that one down. He didn't have a lot of time to adjust to it either, as Stroop hit that one on an absolute rope out to left field. But Butler brings it down for out number 1. That seemed to be the case yesterday in a lot of different scenarios for Bellingham. A lot of hard hit balls right at Kelowna defenders. Matt McLean digs in. He takes a slider below his knees for ball 1. Bellingham trying to find some more holes today. They in the ball game. Ballpark. Cody Pasek's solo home run is the difference in the ball game. 1-0 pitch, high and outside. A fastball from Brooks, who's seen his velocity dip a little bit. He opened up the ball game throwing 86 to 88 with his fastball. Now he's sitting right around 84 to 86. Here's his 2-0 pitch. Taking all the way is McLean. He watches that fastball at the knees. 2 balls and a strike. James Brooks made his last start 8 days ago, but he made a 2-inning relief appearance just 3 days ago. The 2-1 pitch. A swing and a line drive right field. Base hit for Matt McLean. Inning streak is now 8 for the first rounder, as Matt McLean singles again with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that's why McLean is up into that 3 spot today. He's tearing the cover off the baseball right now, and he singles here with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. And that'll bring up Jordan Stoner. Stoner grounded out to 3rd to end the 1st inning, his first time up. And we'll see if McLean gets the green light to go here. Brooks is ready. The first pitch, high hit inside to Stoner with a slider, and it's 1-0. McLean has not been thrown out this season. 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts. Baseball America ranked his speed as a grade 60 speed, which was his highest quality according to Baseball America, leading up to the 2018 Major League Baseball draft. A throw over from Brooks, and McLean is back diving. That's going to have to be one of McLean's calling cards when he eventually does move to the college level at UCLA next year. Another throw over to first, and McLean back again with a dive. And we've already seen flashes. McLean stole a base yesterday. He gets great jumps, really good reads, and then you can tell when he's running, he's tough to throw out because he can flat out run. 1-0 pitch, bounces by Sam Perry and all the way to the backstop, and McLean won't have to steal as he'll jog on down to second on the second wild pitch of the day for James Brooks. And the Bells have another runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0, Bellingham leads. Cody Pasek's solo home run is the difference. Right-hander against right-hander. James Brooks sets at the letters. Checks McLean at second. He kicks and the 2-0. Swung on, floated back up the middle. That one's going to bounce in over everybody's head. Now Matt McLean is going to try and move up to third. He's in with a head-first dive. An infield single for Jordan Stoner on a ball that was not hit very hard, right back towards the second base bag. Both Land and Volsky, the middle infielders, converged on it, and they had a miscommunication and could not figure out who was going to field the ball, and it just bounced right over both of their heads. So Bellingham gets the friendly bounce here at home, and they are in business for the 2nd straight inning. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning, a 1-0 lead for the Bells already, and Cody Pasek, the man who gave them that lead, coming to the plate. Great speed over at first as well for Stoner. He's got 16 stolen bags on the year. He's only been thrown out once. McLean is down at 3rd. Right-hander against left-hander. The first pitch to Pasek misses low and inside for ball 1. Well, Brooks is already at the 60-pitch mark. That last pitch just put him over. And we're only 2 1/3 innings through his outing. Brooks spent 2017 at Concordia University before spending his past season at Central Washington. The 1-0, low for ball 2. At Concordia, the right-hander was solid, 4-5 with a 4.51 earned run average. Struck out 56 in 48 innings of work. Before transferring to Central Washington, sat out this past spring. Here's the 2-0. A swing and a shot towards the left side, out of play. High off the light pole and bounces back into the field of play, and that gets a ovation from the crowd. A very good crowd on hand here for the Bells tonight in what was a record-setting season as far as attendance goes. The set from Brooks. Long look in. Here's the 2-1 to Pasek. High and outside. Sam Perry squirrels around to get to it, and the count is 3-1. So Bellingham looking to take advantage of another great opportunity to score. They stranded 2 runners in scoring position in the 2nd inning. They've got runners at the corners and only 1 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd. Brooks is ready. Is 3-1. Pasek takes it. A fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. Second time today, Pasek has gone to a full count. He homered his last time up as Brooks gave him a fastball that was too good to be true. Brooks stretches out his arms. Now he sets at the letters. He checks Stoner over at first, checks him again. Payoff pitch. Runner goes. The pitch swung on and missed. Stoner's in with a head-first dive. No throw down to second as Stoner gets in with his 17th stolen bag of the year. And Bellingham now again has 2 runners in scoring position for Landon Kimbrough. Cody Pasek strikes out for out number 2. He's 1 for 2 now in the ball game, and Kimbrough will be the batter. Bellingham looking to come up with a big 2-out base hit here from Landon Kimbrough, who on the summer is hitting .250, no homers, 10 runs batted in. With runners in scoring position in 2 outs, though, he is 5 for 15. First pitch to him, a slider that he takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Kimbrough has been one of the better hitters for runners in scoring position in 2 outs. 7 of his 10 ribbies have come in that scenario. He's got 2 big fish in the sea right now to try and drive in. The 0-1 way outside. Sam Perry has to stretch out all of his worth to be able to just keep that one at the dish. Count is 1-1 on Kimbrough, who walked his first time up. Connor Mack would be next for the Bells should the inning continue. Stoner's at second. McLean is at third. Both of them singled in the inning. The 1-1 to Kimbrough. Inside, it misses for ball 2. A run on 4 hits, 1 error for the Bells. No runs on no hits, no errors for the Falcons through the first 2 2/3 innings. We're in the bottom of the third. Bellingham threatening. Right-hander against right-hander. The set and the 2-1. Low for ball 3. Brooks didn't like the call. Thought he got squeezed a bit there on a pitch that missed just below the knees. And the count 3 balls and a strike. Great hitter's count here for Landon Kimbrough. First base is open, but Connor Mack waits on deck. Not really a guy that you would want to face in this spot. Brooks readies. He fires. Swung on, lined up the middle, base hit into center field. McLean rounds third, he'll score. Stoner's home as well, and Kimbrough delivers again with 2 outs. His 6th 2-out base hit with runners in scoring position this year. And he's now got 12 RBIs on the year, and Bellingham takes a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Landon Kimbrough delivers a big-time base hit. A 3-1 count. He got a fastball right down the middle and sent it right back to up the middle past Matt Land at second and into center field for a 2-run, 2-out base hit. 5th base hit of the day for the Bells, and that'll bring up Connor Mack. The first pitch to him, swung on line through the left side. That's another base hit. 4th hit of the inning as the hit parade continues. 4 singles here in the 3rd, and the Bells keep it going. 1st and 2nd, now with 2 outs. So the Bells doing something they did not do yesterday, stringing some hits together. In yesterday's ball game, they didn't have many innings with multiple hits. In fact, they only had 5 in the whole ball game. They've got 6 through the first 2 2/3 here today. Out to the mound goes the pitching coach for the Kelowna Falcons. We are going to have a mound meeting as Kelowna is going to get their bullpen busy. Bellingham off to a great start today here in a winner-go-home game. And now Kelowna is going to get that bullpen up and busy. Three 3-0 Bellingham, bottom of the 3rd inning. The meeting on the mound is over. Great postseason crowd here for the Bells in their first home game of this postseason, trying to make sure that it is not the last. Chris Jimenez will be the batter. 72 pitches now on the evening for James Brooks. He's nearing the end of his rope, trying to get out of this 3rd inning. The first pitch to Jimenez, swung on, lifted in the air, right side, drifting over towards the bullpen, and that one will get into the bullpen. Pruitt gave chase and nearly slipped down into the sidewall. but came up just shy of it, and the count is 0-1. Bellingham has a couple of guys milling around in their bullpen as well, but really no reason to be concerned right now. Nick Mastrini has been lights out so far today. But Bob Miller did say that he would approach it on an inning-by-inning basis with Mastrini today. He wants to give his team their best chance to win, and they've got a fully loaded bullpen. The only guy in that pen not available is Davis Bailey, who went 3 innings last night. Other than that, everybody else is ready to go. 2 on, 2 out, bottom third. The 0-1 to Jimenez, swinging a foul straight back. That one bounces off the glove of Sam Perry and then catches the catcher, home plate umpire Jacob Ashler. And that one is going to take a minute to shake off. Out to the mound goes Sam Perry. And now the trainer going to come out and check on Ashler here just to make sure he's all right. That one fouled straight back off the bat of Chris Jimenez. Hit off the glove of Sam Perry, but then straight into the home plate umpire. And now all 4 umpires are going to converge with the Bells trainer right in between first base and home plate. They'll give him just a couple of minutes to shake that one off. Bellingham leads it 3-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. The night here has gone from overcast to sunny, now back to overcast. They're going to get a cup of water from the first base dugout to give to the home plate umpire as he continues to shake that one off. Jimenez went down to talk to the third base coach, Bob Miller. And Theron Kay comes out of the Bells dugout with a cup of water for the home plate umpire. Theron Kay, he's hot today. One of the potential relievers for Bellingham. He would likely be the first one out of the bullpen. He's still down in the dugout, though, with his sweatshirt on. Nick Mastrini so far today, no runs, no hits allowed through the first 3 innings. And the home plate umpire, Jacob Ashler, seems like he's all right. He gets a nice round of applause from the home crowd here in Bellingham. And he'll retreat back behind the plate. Jimenez, the catcher for Bellingham, walks up and apologizes for that one, making sure that he's all right. Jimenez outside of the home plate circle. Now he stands back in. He'll step into the right-handed batter's box. An 0-2 count on Jimenez. 2 runners on base, first and second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 runs already home for the Bells. Kimbrough's at second. Mack is at first. James Brooks sets on the third base side of the rubber. He checks Kimbrough at second. He turns that way, but no throw as nobody covering the bag. Bellingham wants a balk, but they're not going to get it. Brooks has given up 4 base hits here in the inning. McLean, Stoner, Kimbrough all singled here in the third. The 0-2 to Jimenez, swung on, lifted over towards short, but Volsky ranges back 3 steps and makes the catch to retire the side. But Bellingham gets a big blow here in the third inning. A 2-out, 2-run single from Landon Kimbrough gives the Bells a 3-0 lead. Bellingham scores 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 2 runners left. And we've got 3 innings in the books. It is Bellingham 3, Kelowna nothing. Here on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay and online at 989kbay.com. We go to the top of the 4th inning from Joe Martin Field here in Bellingham, Washington. 3-0 the score. The Bellingham Bells leading the Kelowna Falcons here in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Kelowna leads the series 1-0 here in the WCL North Divisional Series. Middle of the order due up for the Falcons. Taylor Wright, Dan Pruitt, and Garrett Kelly will bat against Nick Mastrini here in the 4th inning. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Bells. 4 of those hits came in the bottom of the third. In the first pitch, Taylor Wright swings and misses at a changeup that the bottom falls out on that time from Mastrini. It's 0-1. Portland has grabbed a 1-0 lead as they score in the bottom of the first inning. An RBI single from Mikey Perez gives the Pickles a 1-0 lead in Game 2 of that series as the next offering to Wright misses inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. A must-win game for the Portland Pickles as well. They lost 3-2 in the opener in Corvallis last night. 1-1 pitch, line to right. Connor Mack to his left. He'll make the catch just shy of the warning track for out number 1. Connor Mack was playing Taylor Wright to begin that at bat, about 2 steps in from the warning track, and after that line drive, Connor Mack didn't have too far to go, and he's able to track it down for out number 1. That'll bring up Dan Pruitt, who grounded out to short his first time up. Bats from the right side. Big kid, 6 foot 5 inches, 255 pounds. The first pitch to him is taken outside for a ball. Dan Pruitt spent this past spring at Seminole State College as a pitcher. Didn't make a single plate appearance this spring, but he is tearing the cover off the baseball this summer. And here's another one. The 1-0 pitch blasted deep to left, and you can forget about it. Well, that one is way gone, and Pruitt has home run number 8 on the summer. And that is the first hit allowed by Nick Nastrini today. It's a round tripper for Dan Pruitt, and it is 3-1 Bellingham. Third home run of the season for Pruitt against the Bells. It is third here at Joe Martin Field. And it is 3-1 on the 8th home run of the year from Dan Pruitt. Well, they held him hitless yesterday. He came into the ball game on a 7-game hitting streak in which he had blasted 5 bombs. He was 0 for 4 yesterday against Armbruster and Davis Bailey. But today, he touches up Nick Nastrini, the first hit allowed by the Bells right-hander, who had retired the first 10 men without a hit. First pitch now to Garrett Kelly's a check swing bouncer back in front of the mound. Nastrini flips on to Pasek at first, and there's 2 gone. That home run snapped a streak of 5 in a row retired by the right-hander for Bellingham. But Nastrini comes right back, and on the first pitch, gets Garrett Kelly to bounce out. And there's 2 gone with nobody on here in the 4th inning. Well, you knew Kelowna would score. That has been their nature all season long. They've been one of the best scoring teams in the league. On the road, they've been less efficient than they have. The first pitch here to Tyler Nixon misses low and away for ball 1. But Kelowna's not an easy team to shut out. Bellingham has played them 7 times this year, and they have not shut them out yet. The 1-0 bounced in there, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Bellingham held them to just 2 runs in the regular season finale last Sunday. A 4-2 win for the Bells. That's the fewest amount of runs Bellingham has held them to. They've done that twice in now 8 games. The 2-0 pitch, just a hair low below the knees of Nixon, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes. Nixon bounced one to third his first time up. A high throw from Dusty Stroop allowed him to reach on an error. He was then thrown out trying to steal second by Chris Jimenez. Right-hander against right-hander. Nastrini winds in the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, and it's at his knees for strike 1. Nastrini very efficient so far today. 1 run on 1 hit allowed at the home run by Dan Pruitt 2 batters ago. He's only at 45 pitches here through 3 2/3. The 3-1 pitch, check swing. Did he go? He did not, and that is ball 4. So Nixon is aboard for the second time today, this time via the walk, and that'll bring up the tying run, Austin Butler. Bellingham a 2-run lead, 3-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Austin Butler will dig in. He drew a walk his first time up, and now we're going to get time called as Jim Clem will make his way out of the first base dugout. He marauds out to the mound, and we'll talk with Jimenez and Nastrini. As a walk allowed by Nastrini is 3rd of the ball game. He's walked a man in the 1st, the 2nd, and 4th innings. Sprinkled in there a 1-2-3 3rd inning. Only 1 hit given up to this point, but it was a big one. A home run from Dan Pruitt. Here with 1 out in this 4th inning. Bellingham's bullpen is starting to have a little more action. Nobody's throwing yet, but a couple of guys up and stretching using the bands. Tossing a football around down there as well in the bullpen. Just starting to get loose a little bit. Nastrini's only at 46 pitches. He's still got a lot left in the tank. But Bellingham knows that they must win this game at all costs, and that means they'll pull out all the stops. And if that means bringing in Ben Leeper, the closer, in a high-leverage situation, maybe in the 5th, 6th inning, Bob Miller said they would not be a stranger to doing that. Meeting on the mound is over. Butler digs in from the right side. Nastrini sets in the first pitch to Butler, swung on and missed. 3-1 Bells, top of the fourth inning. Bellingham scored a run in the second and 2 runs in the third. And Kelowna has scored a run already here in the top of the fourth. They've got a runner on first with 2 gone. Butler hitting .250 on the year. No homers, 6 runs batted in. The 0-1 misses high and tight with a fastball, and the count's a ball and a strike. Sun beginning to set as the lights have kicked on here at Joe Martin Field. An overcast 68-degree evening here in Bellingham, Washington. Coolest start time we've had in some time here for the Bells, as the last couple of weeks have been up over 80 degrees here in the Pacific Northwest. 1-1 pitch, way high, and Jimenez skies to get that one. 2-1. That fastball, Nastrini just let it go. Hit 87 on the gun, but almost went all the way to the backstop as well. Butler 1 for 3 last night, had a single in the 4-2 win for Kelowna. A 2-1 pitch, misses inside, 3 balls and a strike. So Nastrini, who's already walked 3 men today, a 2-out walk to Tyler Nixon here in the fourth, and now a 3-1 count to Austin Butler. And a great hitter's count for the tying run here for Kelowna. Bellingham going to get their bullpen busy now. A right-hander starting to loosen. The 3-1 pitch swung on a bouncer off the end of the bat, right back to Nastrini. He'll run on to first and flip it 10 feet to Cody Pasek, and that will end the inning. Good job from Nastrini coming back after allowing a solo home run to Dan Pruitt in the inning. He's able to get out without allowing any further damage. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on base. We go to the top of the 8th inning. It's the Bells 3, the Kelowna Falcons 1 here in a must-win Game 2 of this series for the Bellingham Bells, and they are 6 outs away from extending this series to a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow night here in Bellingham. Noah Clunan along with you as Theron Kay stays on to work the 8th for the Bells. He worked a scoreless 7th inning, struck out 3, stranded a pair of base runners in the inning, and now he'll have to face the middle of the Kelowna order. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up, Tadosachuk, Wright, and Pruitt. And the first pitch from Kay to Tadosachuk is outside for ball 1. A little double barrel action in the Bells bullpen. Trevor DeLate, the specialist left-handed reliever, and Ben Leeper, the closer, getting loose. 1-0 fastball misses high and outside. The count's 2 balls and no strikes. Well, it's a fine line right now for the Bells. It's a 2-run lead here in the 8th inning. Tying run in the on-deck circle. It only takes 1 batter to get on to bring the tying run to the plate. 2-0 line to short. Leaping grab from Ernie Yake. Takes extra bases away from Tadosachuk, and there's 1 gone here in the 8th inning. Theron Kay tips his cap to his shortstop as Ernie Yake, a tough day at the plate, but the shortstop takes a leadoff base hit away from Davis Tadosachuk, and there's 1 gone here in the 8th inning. One of the more athletic plays we've seen from the Gonzaga shortstop this year, as he skied and had to use all of his frame to be able to pull that down. Here's Taylor Wright. He swings and drives the first pitch deep to right center. Connor Max at the wall. He'll watch this one sail out of here. And it's a 1-run ball game. Taylor Wright's 2nd straight day with a homer, his 6th on the year. And we are down to just 1 run separating the Bells and the Falcons with a solo home run for Taylor Wright here in the 8th inning. Just the 2nd home run Theron Kay has allowed this season. His only other home run that he's given up, he allowed to the guy stepping into the box. Dan Pruitt homered off Theron Kay last Friday in a 10-4 Kelowna win, in which Pruitt homered twice. Pruitt's already homered once today. He swings right through the first pitch. It's 0-1. Second hit of the day for Taylor Wright. This one's a round tripper, and it's a 3-2 Bells lead. Kay stares in for a sign from Jimenez, shakes off one, now agrees. The 0-1 pitch swung on, line right back up the box. Diving attempt from McLean, past his outstretched glove into center field. That is a base hit for Dan Pruitt, and the tying run is aboard here for the Falcons. We'll see how long Bob Miller opts to stay with Theron Kay, as it is a one-run ball game. Trevor DeLate, the left-hander, is loose in the bullpen for Bellingham. Ben Leeper, the right-hander, who's the Bell's closer out of Oklahoma State, is also starting to warm now, but he just got up, so he's going to need some time. Chris Jimenez, the catcher, going to call time on the field now, and he's going to go by Ben Leeper a couple of pitches here as he's going to walk out to the mound and talk with Theron Kay. Coming to the plate is Garrett Kelly, who's 0 for 3 with a pair of flyouts and a ground out today. This is a big game 3. Bellingham needs a win to keep, game 2. Bellingham needs a win to keep their season alive and force game 3 tomorrow. They lead it 3-2, but the Bells have been shut out since the 3rd inning. And Kelowna has pushed a run across here in the 8th inning and brought it to a one-run ball game. First pitch to Kelly, a changeup in there at the belt for a called strike 1. Kelly represents the go-ahead run on the season, the right fielder, hitting .258, 2 bombs, 11 runs batted in. 0 for 3 on the night. Dan Pruitt is the base runner at first. He can steal the base. The 0-1 swung on, hit softly into left field. Stoner got a late start. He will not make the catch. Bounces in front of him, a one-out single. And the go-ahead runner is now on base here for the Kelowna Falcons. 3 straight hits allowed by Theron Kay. And still only 1 out here in the inning. Jordan Stoner, the Bells left fielder, playing deep in left field. Got a late start as he had trouble seeing that one off the bat. And he could not get to it in time. And out from the first base dugout comes Bob Miller. He is going to make a change, and it looks like he is going with his closer. Ben Leeper is coming out of the Bells bullpen. He's going to be looking for a 5-out save. He'll come on with 2 runners on and only 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. It's a 3-2 ball game. Kelowna is threatening here in the top of the 8th from Joe Martin Field. We'll be back after this. Second pitching change of the day for the Bells on your home for the Bellingham Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay and online at 989kbay.com.
These days.
Welcome back to Joe Martin Field here in the top of the 8th inning. Sweaty palms time at Joe Martin Field as Kelowna has the tying run in scoring position. The go-ahead run at first base, and Bellingham is going to Ben Leeper, their closer, who is in search of a 5-out save. It would be his 3rd of the season. Leeper, the 6-foot right-hander out of Oklahoma State University, 5-1 on the year, a 3.22 ERA. Comes on to make his 15th appearance of the year. He will face the right-handed hitting designated hitter for Kelowna, Tyler Nixon, who has reached base 2 times today but is officially 0 for 2 in the books. Reached on an error in the 2nd, walked in the 4th. And Leeper coming on to face the Kelowna Falcons for the 2nd time this season. First appearance for Leeper, the flame-throwing right-hander, threw a perfect inning in relief of a 10-4 Bells win last week. He struck out 2 of the 3 men that he faced. 2 on, 1 out. Top of the 8th inning, a 1-run ball game. Tying run is in scoring position. The first pitch, a swing and a foul straight back. Leeper challenged Nixon, 93 on the gun. And Nixon hunting the first pitch fastball comes up just a bit empty as he fouls it back into the screen. It's 0-1. 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Bells. 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Falcons. Nick Nastrini, 6 one-run innings for him today. He was dominant out of that starting rotation. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Took something off on the slider. Nixon fell to his back knee swinging through the pitch, and it's 0-2. Well, Leeper could use a strikeout right here to get the 2nd out of the inning. He'd also take a double play ball. Leeper has been lights out since joining the team on June 15th, especially in this closer's role. He has really excelled. Opponents hitting just $195 off the right-hander. Here's his 0-2 pitch. Fastball at 95 on the gun. Misses just outside. And it's 1-2. Close pitch, but just a bit off, and Nixon lays off of it. Leeper will sit 93-95 with his fastball. Was hitting 96 as a junior in high school before undergoing Tommy John surgery. Still in search of hitting that number again. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Threw him a slide piece and fooled him in the dirt. 2 gone here in the 8th inning. First strikeout for Leeper. The 9th of the day by Bellingham pitching. And that'll bring up Austin Butler. 0 for 2 with a walk today. He's bounced out to the pitcher and struck out today. Dan Pruitt, the tying run for Kelowna. He singled after Taylor Wright homered with 1 out in the inning to bring this game back to within 1. Leeper sets his first pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Fans starting to get back into this one. A good crowd of over 1,500 here in Bellingham. First home playoff game since 2016 for the Bells. Did not make the postseason last year. They are the first and second half champs this year in the WCL. 0-1 pitch. Fastball bounces away from Jimenez. Pruitt trying to move up to third, and he'll be in there safely without a throw. A pass ball off the glove of Chris Jimenez. Just took his eye off of it for a second. And the pitch missed outside, bounced too far off the glove of Jimenez. And now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. The tying run is 90 feet away. Biggest spot of the season for the Bells. Need a win today to keep their season alive. 2 on, 2 out, top of the 8th. The 1-1 pitch. Change up, called strike 2. First change we've seen from Leeper today. And it fools Austin Butler. The count's 1-2. Butler doesn't know what's coming. Fans on their feet here at Joe Martin Field. Right-hander against right-hander. 2 on, 2 out, top of the 8th. A 1-run ball game. Leeper's ready. The righty winds and the 1-2. Just a bit outside. It did not miss by much. And the count runs to 2-2. So we'll do it once more. Leeper is on the rubber. Works right from the middle. Butler still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Now he steps back in. Hitting from the right side, the 2-2. Inside with a changeup, it's a full count. Runners at second and third, nobody on first, so the runners will not be off with a pitch here. A payoff pitch upcoming with 2 outs and 2 on. Tying run 90 feet away from home here in the 8th inning. Leeper's ready. The payoff pitch. Outside, he missed with a slider, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for the Falcons here in the 8th inning. And Ezra Samperi will be the batter. Samperi today 1 for 3. 3 unassisted in the second. Grounded out to third in the 5th. He singled his last at bat in the 7th inning. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. The first pitch from Leeper. Way outside with a fastball at 93, 1-0 the count. Leeper right now trying to hone back in and get the final out of this 8th inning. Biggest at bat of the year for Samperi. The wind and the 1-0 pitch. Changeup misses low and away, ball 2. Nowhere to put Samperi. Leeper thought he had a strike, but he may have gotten squeezed just a bit. Counts 2-0. Leeper's quickly ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low ball 3. And it's a 3-0 count with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The tying run 90 feet away from home. Leeper needs a strike here. He's ready. His 3-0 pitch is a called strike right down Main Street. Took a little extra off the fastball that time. Just 92 on the gun. Made sure to get that one over. Still a great hitter's count for Samperi. Leeper quickly readies the 3-1. Outside, ball 4, and we are tied at 3. Time is called as out to the mound goes Chris Jimenez and Cody Pasek. As Leeper walks in the tying run here in the top of the 8th inning, and the inning is not over yet. Samperi's 9th RBI of the year. Pruitt comes home to score. Garrett Kelly's around to third. Down to second is Butler, and Samperi's on at first. Time going to be called as out to the mound goes the pitching coach for the Bells, Jim Clem. Bases are loaded. The infield's going to come in and meet at the mound. It was first and second, 1 out. Leeper came out of the bullpen, struck out Tyler Nixon. He walked Austin Butler to load the bases, and he walks in the tying run as Ezra Samperi pulls a great at-bat, does not chase any of the sliders from Leeper that just missed outside the zone. And it is 3-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. A must-win game for the Bellingham Bells. And it's sweaty palms time here at Joe Martin Field. The fans on the edge of their seats. And they have gone silent after that walk from Leeper. Jim Clem, the Bells pitching coach, still on the mound. Now he'll saunter on back to the first base dugout. Huge spot for the number 9 hitter in Kelowna's order. Matt Land, the second baseman, 0 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th inning. Theron Kay is charged with 2 runs. The books still open on him. He's responsible for Garrett Kelly down at third. Land has his hand up. Now he's ready. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Bases full of Falcons. A tie ball game here in the 8th. Leeper trying to keep it 3-3 to the bottom of the 8th. The 0-1 pitch. On the outside corner again, 94, and it's 0-2. Matt Land in a tough spot. He's watched the first 2 fastballs sail by him, and now he trails in the count 0-2. Lot Leeper can do here. Go ahead run 90 feet away from home. Leeper readies. He winds in the 0-2. Just a bit outside. Tried to go back and dot the outside corner, but it just misses outside. 95 miles an hour on the fastball from Leeper. He reared back, reached for something extra that time. He'll need it again. The count 1-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called, and Leeper with a fist pump gets out of the inning. 94 on the gun, and we are tied in the middle of the 8th inning. Leeper allows the go-ahead, rather the tying run to come home to score as Kelowna scores 2 runs on 3 hits in the inning, but they strand the bases loaded. And Bellingham will go to the bottom of the 8th inning in a 3-3 ball game here on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning in a brand new ball game here from Joe Martin Field. 3-3 our score, as the Kelowna Falcons have scored 3 unanswered runs, including 2 in the top of the 8th inning. And they have tied this ball game right back to where we started. It is 3-3 heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. Noah Clunan along with you here in a must-win ball game for the Bellingham Bells if they want to keep their playoff hopes and their season hopes alive here in 2018. Middle third of the order due up for the Bells. Jordan Stoner and Landon Kimbrough as Cal Henke on to pitch for the Falcons. The first pitch from the right-hander swung on and grounded towards second. Matt Land fields it cleanly, flips on to first. 1 pitch, 1 out for Henke here to begin the 8th inning. Cal Henke, the 6'3", 215-pound right-hander out of the University of Nebraska, Omaha. He's the most dominant arm in the arsenal for the Kelowna Falcons, and he showed it this summer. 3-1 with a 1.73 ERA. He's got 8 saves on the year, including a 3-out save in last night's series opening win for the Falcons. Here's Cody Pasek. The first pitch to him. On the outside corner, a called strike. Cody Pasek gave the Bells a lead back in the 2nd inning. His first home run of the year. A high fly ball deep to right center that got out of here in a hurry. The 0-1. Check swing from Pasek. He didn't go around on a changeup that misses below his knees. And the count, a ball and a strike. Fastball slider change for Henke. He has been lights out of the bullpen. The right-hander sets, kicks, and the 1-1. Misses outside at 91 miles an hour for ball 2. Henke 90-93 on the fastball. And out of the bullpen this year, he's only given up 2 runs. A very impressive summer for Henke. The 2-1. Slider on the outside corner, a called strike. Pasek doesn't like it, but now he nods his head in agreement. Counts 2-2. Pasek had a full count on him when he hit that home run back in the second inning. It's a 2-2 count with the bases empty, one gone, and a tie ball game in the bottom of the eighth. The 2-2. Swung on, bounced back towards the left side of the infield. The shortstop Volsky comes on to field, and he'll throw across to first on the run. And there's two gone in the inning. That'll bring up Landon Kimbrough with nobody on and two outs here in the bottom of the eighth. Nobody warming in the Bells bullpen. Same goes for Kelowna. Looks like Leeper is probably coming back out to work the ninth for the Bells. If this isn't what postseason is all about, I don't know what it is. A nail-biter down to the wire again here in Game 2. The first pitch to Kimbrough. A swing and a miss. Fooled him that time, and his swing went all the way around. It's 0-1. James Brooks started the game. He went Kelowna. Kellen Richards came on in relief and was lights out. 0-1, swung on and missed. Back-to-back off-speed pitches, and Kimbrough's in a hole, 0-2. Connor Mack at the bottom. Bellingham would like to at least get a couple of runners on to make sure they can get back to the top of their order back in the ninth inning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Misses upstairs for ball one. Bellingham does still have Zach Needham and Matt James on their bench. Two of the better hitters for Bellingham, who did not get the start today. Should Bellingham need a pinch hitter in the ninth? 3-3 bottom of the eighth. The 1-2 to Kimbrough is bounced in there on the outside, and it's 2-2. Cooler night here in Bellingham. 68 degrees was the first pitch temperature. We're now sitting right around 63. And a light breeze blowing in from center field, although a lot less than it was at the beginning of the ball game. Nobody on, two outs here in the eighth. 3-3 between the Falcons and the Bells. The 2-2 to Kimbrough. Swung on and missed. Cal hangs side in order. Two ground outs and a strikeout of Landon Kimbrough. And we have played 8 innings and still nothing has been decided. We go to the ninth inning. It's Bellingham 3, Kelowna 3. The winner, if it's Kelowna, moves on to the West Coast League Championship Series. For Bellingham, they need a win to keep the series alive and force a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow. And we've got the ninth inning coming up right after this on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com. We go to the ninth inning here from Joe Martin Field in a crucial Game 2 of this West Coast League Divisional Series. Matt Volsky leads things off for the Falcons, and he swings and drives the first pitch deep into right field. Connor Mack is back. He's at the track, and he makes the catch. One pitch, one out for Ben Leeper here to begin the ninth inning. Volsky gave it a ride, but Joe Martin Field plays big, and it holds that fly ball for out number one. 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Bells. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Falcons. Bellingham took a 1-0 lead after the second. They led 3-0 after the third. Kelowna got a run in the fourth and 2 in the eighth to tie it up at 3. Here's Davis Tedosachuk, the first pitch to him. Backs him off the plate, high 94-mile-an-hour fastball right in the kitchen. And it's 1-0. This not the only nail-biter in the WCL today. Top of the eighth inning in Portland, in a very crucial Game 2 there, and they are tied at 1 apiece. 1-0 pitch, misses high and outside for ball 2. Portland right now tossing a combined 1 hitter, but they've given up 1 run, and it is 1-1. Portland and Corvallis in a dogfight. Corvallis leads 1-0 in the series. The 2-0. Slider in there, a called strike to Tedosachuk, and the count is 2-1. Some action in the Kelowna bullpen, a right-hander loosening. It's been up for about 3 innings, the left-hander in the bullpen for the Bells. Here's the 2-1. Another slider, another beauty. Strike 2 called. Tedosachuk 0 for 3 today. Reached on a walk back in the first inning. He digs in from the right side. His foot all the way back at the back of the box. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. 94 on the gun. See you later. Davis Tedosachuk, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the ninth inning. That'll bring up Taylor Wright, though. He has been lethal for the Kelowna Falcons in this series. He was 2 for 4 yesterday. He's 2 for 4 again today. He's 4 for 8 in the series, 2 home runs, 2 singles, and he steps up in a tie ball game at the top of the ninth. Bases empty, 2 outs. First pitch from Leeper. A fastball misses outside. 4-1. Leeper works very quickly on the mound, the right-hander out of OSU. That is Oklahoma State University, the 1-0. Just misses outside. He went back with a changeup, and the count's 2-0. Doesn't look like Leeper wants to give Taylor Wright any fastballs that he can handle. He's already seen what he is capable of. The 2-0 pitch. Slider misses up high. 3 balls and no strikes. Boy, looked like a pretty good pitch from Leeper right at the belt, but it's called ball 3. We'll see if the green light is on here for Wright. As the 3-0 pitch on its way from Leeper, it's a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Count is 3-1. Taylor Wright homered in his last at bat back in the 8th inning. Made it a 1-run ball game. The 3-1 pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. Backdoor slider locks up Wright. It's a full count. And the fans at Joe Martin Field, they are on their feet again. Right-hander against left-hander. Leeper shakes off. Now he agrees. The payoff pitch swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again. Taylor Wright able to foul off the 93-mile-an-hour fastball to keep the at-bat alive. Dan Pruitt waits on deck. Leeper does not want to face him with a runner on base, especially with the way that Pruitt has matched the Bells over the past week and a half. He'll wind another. Swung on and missed. Inning is over. Ben Leeper gets another big strikeout here in the top of the 9th inning. And chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. A 3-3 ball game. The home half of the 9th after this on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay and online at 989kbay.com. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning here in Game 2 of the West Coast League North Divisional Series between the Bells and the Kelowna Falcons, and we are tied at 3. Bottom third of the Bells order is due up against the all-star closer for Kelowna, Cal Henke, who saved 8 games on the year. Not a safe situation, but trying to get this game to extra innings. Connor Mack, Zach Needham, and Guthrie Morrison due up for the Bells. On first pitch to Connor Mack, misses high and outside, ball 1. Chris Jimenez, the scheduled on-deck hitter, has given way to Zach Needham, who is stepping into the on-deck circle. The switch hitter will be next. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Henke took something off of it, and the count 1-1. Well, between James Brooks, Kellen Richards, and now Cal Henke, Kelowna has retired 12 Bells in a row. Henke retired the side in order in the 8th. The 1-1 pitch. Up high, ball 2. Just missed above the belt. Connor Mack thought about pulling the trigger, but he holds off. And the count moves to 2-1. Outfield plays Mack deep, infield way back at the grass. The 2-1. Swung on line through the left side into left field. That's a base hit. Connor Mack, the winning run, is aboard at first to open up the bottom of the 9th inning. We've seen this story before. Bellingham, 4 walk-off wins on the year. 2 against Corvallis and 2 walk-off homers on the year. And Zach Needham will be the batter. Needham got the night off today, but he is pinch hitting here for Chris Jimenez in a mammoth spot here in the 9th. Needham, a .267 hitter with 6 home runs and 21 ribbies on the year. He hit a walk-off homer already this season, just 2 weeks ago. The first pitch from Henke. Needham watches it for strike 1 at the knees. That single from Connor Mack snaps a streak of 12 in a row retired by the Falcons. And the winning run is at first. Great speed as well in Connor Mack. Third baseman Taylor Wright in at the cut of the grass. The 0-1 to Needham. Swung on and missed. Came up empty on the 90-mile-an-hour heater right at the letters. Tried to end it with one swing of the bat, but he comes up empty. It's 0-2. Bellingham, a win today, forces Game 3 tomorrow at 6:35. A loss sends the Bells home with a disappointing end to the season. Runner at first, nobody out, bottom of the ninth, tie ball game. The 0-2 bounced in the dirt. Good block from Sam Perry, and it stays 1-2. Zach Needham got the start yesterday. He was 0 for 3 with a walk. He struck out once in Kelowna. Hit a walk-off home run on July 31st against Cowlitz. A 2-run bomb to right. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Locks him up with a slider. And that is out number 1. So Needham, the pinch hitter, is retired via the strikeout, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the ninth inning. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Guthrie Morrison, the Gonzaga-bound center fielder for the Bells. Winning run at first. Morrison at the dish. A 3-3 ball game, bottom of the ninth. First pitch on the outside corner, 90 miles an hour, paints the black for strike 1. Bellingham is out hitting Kelowna 8-6. The Bells led 3-0. Kelowna's scored 3 unanswered. The Bells have been held scoreless in the last 5 innings. They have not scored since the 3rd. Right-hander on right-hander. The set and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. Took him upstairs with a fastball, and Morrison swings through it. Fireworks to follow the ball game tonight, regardless of results. Morrison trying to start him early here for the Bells. 0-2 the count. Connor back, the base runner at first after the leadoff single. Cal Henke sets at the letters. The right-hander is ready. He kicks the 0-2. Off the outside edge, ball 1. Did not miss by much. Henke thought he had strike 3, as did Sam Perry and the rest of the Kelowna dugout, but they do not get the call. Morrison keeps the at-bat alive. The hometown kid, Ernie Yake, waits on deck with Matt McLean to follow him, rather Dusty Stroop to follow him. The 1-2 misses outside, and the count 2-2. Coming down to the wire here in Bellingham, Game 2 of the West Coast League Divisional Series. The winner of this series goes to the championship series to play Portland or Corvallis. 2-2, runner goes, pitches in the dirt, swung on and missed. Connor Maxson without a throw down into scoring position, but Guthrie Morrison strikes out for out number 2. The stage is set. Here comes Ernie Yake. The hometown kid, the Bellingham native, grew up watching the Bells and has a chance to win it for Bellingham and force Game 3 tomorrow. Winning run in scoring position at second base. Cal Henke on the mound, Ernie Yake at the dish. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth inning in a tie ball game. The first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Ernie Yake today is 0 for 4. A fly out, a ground out, and a pair of strikeouts. Tried to bunt his way aboard his last time up, but was beaten out by just a step. Right-hander against left-hander. The set from Henke, the 0-1 pitch. Misses high and outside for ball 1. Would not be the first time Ernie Yake could play hero for the Bells. He bounced the ball to third and came home to score in 2 of the walk-offs for Bellingham this year. Henke takes a long look in. The right-hander from Nebraska's ready. The 1-1 pitch bounced on the outside of the plate. It's 2-1. Cal Henke's fallen behind Ernie Yake. He's got himself into a good hitter's count. In Portland, 1-1, top of the ninth inning there. 3-3, bottom of the ninth here in Bellingham. Cal Henke sets at the letters. He kicks the 2-1 pitch. Just a bit outside, ball 3. Dusty Stroop waits on deck for the Bells. 0 for 3 with a walk today. Ernie Yake's got himself a great hitter's count. A 3-1 count on the Gonzaga shortstop for the Bells. Henke's 3-1. Outside, ball 4, and the Bells have 2 aboard here in the 9th inning. And Dusty Stroop is going to get a chance to win this for the Bells. He digs in from the right side, runners at first and second, and we are going to have time called as a mound visit here from the pitching coach for the Kelowna Falcons. Cal Henke has been lights out this year. He's only lost 1 ball game. It came on August 1st, just 10 days ago, against the Walla Walla Sweets. He worked 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 runs. 1 of them was earned, but the 1 earned run was the run that ended the ball game on a walk-off for the Walla Walla Sweets. Bellingham trying to hand Henke his 2nd loss of the summer and keep their season alive and fight for 1 more day. 2 on, bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs, a 3-3 ball game between the Bells and the Falcons. Right-hander against right-hander. Henke comes, he kicks and fires, and the first pitch bounced in there, gets away from the catcher Sam Perry, but not far enough away, and Max stays put at second base. Boy, that one could have been big for Bellingham. Winning runs at second. Ernie Yakes at first. That run doesn't matter. Connor Mack, the only run that matters for the Bells. He's at second. Dusty Stroop is the batter, 0 for 3 with a walk today. Henke steps off. He'll turn back towards second. He will not make a throw. Bellingham's fans here getting on their feet, getting a little riled up after that turn back to second, but no throw. Matt McLean waits on deck. Bellingham trying to at least extend the inning and give the youngster a chance to hit. Dusty Stroop wants to end it right here, though. The 1-0. Swung on, flared towards the right side. Pruitt gives chase over near the sidewall, and he runs out of room. Boy, Pruitt that time went full speed ahead right into the sidewall. He did not slow up at all. Not sure if he didn't see the wall coming or if he was trying to run straight through it to make that catch. But he bends over. That one shook him up a little bit. He's reaching down towards his back. That one's going to feel not very pretty for Pruitt later on. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Henke sets the 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. And the count 2-1 here on Stroop. Stroop on the year. Hitting .253, 1 homer, 22 runs batted in. Hitting .333 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, but he swings over top of the 2-1 slider, and it's 2-2. Stroop with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. This season is 8 for 24, 1 homer, 12 runs batted in. There's 2 on and 2 out here at the bottom of the 9th inning. A single wins it for the Bells. Here's the set from Henke. A long look in, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, medium deep right field. Kelly's got plenty of space, drifting around. He will make the catch, and we are going to the 10th inning here in Bellingham. 3-3 our score, and we are playing free baseball here in Bellingham in game number 56 of the 2018 summer for the Bells. To the top of the 10th we go right after this on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay, and online at 989kbay.com. We go to the top of the 10th inning here in a must-win Game 2 for the Bellingham Bells here in the West Coast League Divisional Series. They had the winning run at second base in the 9th. They couldn't push Connor Mack across. And now the middle of the order due up for the Falcons. Dan Pruitt steps in, and a first pitch slider is in there at the knees, a called strike from Ben Leeper. Leeper stays on to work the 10th. He came on in the 8th inning. This is his 3rd inning of relief. The 0-1. Another slider. Called a strike on the outside corner. Pruitt buckled at his knees. It's 0-2. For Bellingham, this is extra inning game number 10 on the year. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Ball's in the dirt. Out behind the plate is Pasek. He'll tag Dan Pruitt on his way by. And there's one gone. One change to tell you about. Cody Pasek comes on to catch. He moves there from first base. And Zach Needham, who pinch hit for the catcher Chris Jimenez in the 9th inning, comes in to play first base. Big first strikeout for Leeper. 3 straight Kelowna Falcons have gone down via the strikeout. Here's Garrett Kelly, the first pitch. High and inside. 93 miles an hour. That one nearly took the glove off of Cody Pasek. And the count's a ball and no strikes. In Portland, that game is in the bottom of the 9th. A 1-1 game between the Knights and the Pickles. Portland trying to win it in the 9th. The 1-0 pitch. Slider just misses upstairs. At the belt, but a bit high. And it's 2-0. Postseason drama in the West Coast League. You gotta love it. The 2-0 is a fastball outside for ball 3. Garrett Kelly is 1 for 4 today. He singled his last time up in the 8th inning. Bellingham led 3-0. Kelowna's clawed their way back to tie it. The 3-0 pitch. That one's right down Broadway. 93 on the gun from Leeper. It's 3-1. Bellingham this year in extra inning games has not had a lot of success. They are 2-7 with the 2 wins coming against Corvallis in walk-off fashion. 3-1 skied in the air right field. That one's out of play though over near the foul line and it gets over top of the Bells bullpen. And the count runs to full here on Garrett Kelly. A left-hander loosening in the Bells bullpen. Trevor DeLate has been up at times, but now I think it's Austin Weiermiller, the left-hander out of Stanford University who's starting to throw for the Bells. Right-hander against right-hander. Nobody on, 1 out. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Paints the fastball at the knees. 95 miles an hour. And barking is the third base coach, Brian Donahue. He is not happy with the home plate umpire. He thought that ball was down, but he will not be happy with the call. There's 2 gone now in the inning. Second straight strikeout here in the inning. 2 outs in a tie ball game here in the top of the 10th. The batter is Tyler Nixon. He struck out his last 2 times up, 0 for 3 with a walk today. First pitch, he swings and fouls it straight back off the glove of Pasek. And the count is 0-1. 3 runs on 8 hits, an error for the Bells. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Falcons. Right-hander against right-hander. Leeper trying to give the Bells another chance at the bottom of the 10th. The 0-1. Slider called strike 2. Took something off of it, and Nixon turns away from the plate, slaps his bat on his toe 2 times to know what's coming. A fastball and a slider, and he's down in the hole 0-2. Leeper's ready. The right-hander sets at the letters. He agrees. He winds the 0-2 pitch. Misses way upstairs with a fastball. Tried to reach back and find a little something extra on it. 94 on the gun. It runs a bit up high. Counts 1-2. The wind from the right-hander. The 1-2. Strike 3 called on a slider. Ben Leeper strikes out the side here in the top of the 10th inning. He's given Bellingham another life in the bottom of the 10th inning. We're tied at 3 to the 10th. Bottom of the 10th we go on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM KBay, and online at 989kbay.com.
What's up, Bells fans? It's Ben Leeper, 2018 Bells alumni. I want to talk a little bit about the playoff push we had in 2018 against the Kelowna Falcons and just kind of how it felt to be a part of that team and just my thought process during the game. So 2018 was a great summer for me. I mean, I loved Bellingham to death and just want to thank the Ayers. Shout out to the Ayers for being the best host family ever. And I mean, it was just an experience I'll never forget. And then going into playoffs, I believe we were the #1 seed in the North Division, and so we were playing Kelowna. And I remember there was just a crazy game at home, and I mean, it was just back and forth. And finally it was tied, and about in the 6th inning, they said, hey, you need to start warming up, because I had been closing for majority of the summer, and I knew that night I was going to close it out and hopefully get the win. And so I think it's tied. I'm going into the 7th inning, and then they say you're going in the 8th. And so it's runners on base, and I get in the game, and I'm super nervous because, you know, I want to win the game. And basically, I walk the first 2 hitters, and I walk in the tying run, I believe is what it was. And so we don't score, and then, you know, I go back out there, and I think I strike out the side, and then don't score, and I strike out the side again. And so over 2 1/3 innings, you know, I think that's the best I threw all contributed that to just the playoff atmosphere. And, it was insane because Kelowna was a really, really offensive team, and they had hitters that could punish the fastball. But, I knew that I had to use the fastball to beat them, and it was just, it was definitely a tough-fought game. I remember two specific hitters, our 3 in their 4 hole, were having huge summers, and I knew that for us to win the game, I had to keep them off base and keep them in the yard, and that was just a magical experience. So we ended up walking them off, I believe, in the 13th or 12th inning, and it was great, just the experience of the summer baseball and just the playoff grind. You get together all summer, and you grind out with guys that you create memories that last a lifetime, and Bellingham was an awesome experience. Thanks.
.942 here in Bellingham, and we are still playing baseball. To the top of the 11th we go, 3-3 our score. Ben Leeper's night is over after 2 2/3 of scoreless baseball. He did walk in the go-ahead run in the 8th, rather the tying run in the 8th inning, but Leeper finishes with a 2 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball as the run was charged to Theron Kay. He strikes out 7, walks 2, and he'll now hand it off to his left-handed counterpart, Austin Weiermiller. Weiermiller, 5'11", 175 pounds. A sophomore out of Stanford University. He'll come on to make his 12th appearance of the season. Weiermiller will face the bottom third of the order. Austin Butler, Ezra Samperi, and Matt Land due up for the Falcons here in the 11th inning. For Bellingham and Kelowna, this is the second time in 8 meetings this season that they have gone to extra innings. The first came back in the opener of the season, back on June 1st. Kelowna tied it up at 3, coincidentally, in the 9th inning. Went on to win 5-4 in 11 innings. Bellingham trying to reverse that here today. Austin Butler digs in. He'll lead things off. Bats from the right side against the left-hander. The first pitch from Weiermiller. A fast outside for ball 1. Weiermiller, a crafty left-hander, will touch 89 to 90 on the fastball. He'll sit predominantly around 87 to 89, though. The 1-0. Misses on the inside half this time with a changeup, and it's 2-0. 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for the Falcons, 3 runs on 8 hits, and 1 error for the Bells. Bellingham trying to keep their season alive. Kelowna trying to sweep the Bells. The 2-0. High and outside, ball 3. The 10th time Bellingham has gone to extra innings this year. So far they are 2-7 in extras. The 3-0. Misses high and outside, I guess. Ball 4. Boy, that one did not miss by much at all. And you hear the groans from the crowd. They thought that one was in there. That'll bring up Jake Fisher, who comes on to pinch hit for Samperi. Jake Fisher, the junior from Edmonds, hitting .258 on the year, squares the bunt, tries to bunt it, but he bunts it back foul, and it's 0-1. Fisher, .258 hitter on the year, 1 homer, 18 runs batted in. Got the start yesterday, was 0 for 3 with a pair of Ks. Trying to sacrifice the go-ahead runner into scoring position. Runner at first, nobody out. Here in the top of the 11th, Fisher squared around, tries to push a bunt, but bunts it foul down the first baseline. And the count is 0-2 on Jake Fisher. And now he is going to be called down to the third base coach, who will have a conversation with his right-handed hitting catcher. Portland and Corvallis tied at 1, bottom of the 9th inning. The bases are loaded with only 1 out for the Portland Pickles. Trying to walk it off and even up the series with the Corvallis Knights. That would force Game 3 tomorrow. Corvallis trying to get 2 extra innings. Bellingham and Kelowna are in the 11th already. Fisher squaring on the 0-2, and the pitch misses high and outside, ball 1. And it's 1-2. The runner at first is Austin Butler. He walked on 4 pitches to open up the inning. Fisher's already squared around again, way up in the box. Here's the 1-2. He cannot make contact. Strike 3. 16th strikeout of the day for the Bells pitching staff collectively on a missed punt attempt by Jake Fisher. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Matt Land. A runner at first, and now one out here in the inning. Land on the day is 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th. Struck out to end the 8th inning looking with the bases loaded. Hits from the left side, and the first pitch is a good slider from Weiermiller. 79 miles an hour, locks him up at the knees. It's 0-1. Go-ahead run is at first. We're in the top of the 11th inning here in Game 2 of the West Coast League North Divisional Series. Weiermiller's ready. The 0-1 pitch on the inside corner, but just a bit off. It's 1-1. Still a packed house here at Joe Martin Field. I don't think anyone's gotten out of their seats since the 5th or 6th inning. It has been an absolute nail-biter. Bellingham and Kelowna going down to the wire again here in Game 2 of this series. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off the handle of the bat. Shot over towards the left side. It's 1-2. And would you look at that? Corvallis gets a double play ball to get out of the 9th inning. Bases loaded, one out. Portland cannot win it. And they are going to extra innings for the second straight night. What drama here in the WCL in the postseason. The 1-2. Misses high and tight. Looked like a changeup that time from Weiermiller, and the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corvallis won in 10 innings last night on a walk-off in Corvallis. And tonight, the scenery changes. The outcome does not. They're going to extras again. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Huge strikeout for round number 2. And that'll bring up Matt Volsky as Matt Land goes down on strikes for the 3rd time today. And that'll bring Matt Volsky to the plate. Volsky has struck out twice. He is 0 for 5 on the day. A deep fly out to right center his last time up. He stands in from the right side with a runner on first and 2 outs here in the 11th. The first pitch is on the outside corner, a called strike. Oh, and 1 the count on Volsky. Here's the set from Weiermiller. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Fooled him on a slider. And he swung over top of it. It's 0-2. Weiermiller trying to work a scoreless 11th and give the Bells another chance in the bottom of the inning. 3-3, top of the 11th. Runner at first, 2 outs. Runner goes, the 0-2, misses. The throw down to second is in time! Oh, what a throw from Cody Pasek. And that will end the inning. What a tag from Matt McLean as well, and we're going to the bottom of the 11th inning. A 3-3 tie here in Bellingham with the Bells coming to the plate again here in the 11th. We'll be back after this on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay and online at 989kbay.com. What a thriller we have here in Bellingham. To the top of the 12th inning we go. Austin Weiermiller stays on to face the top of the order for the Kelowna Falcons. It is a 3-3 ball game here in the 12th. Matt Volsky, Davis Tedosachuk, and Taylor Wright due up against the left-hander out of Stanford University. It is becoming a war of attrition now as we move to the 12th inning. The first pitch to Volsky. A swing and a miss, chased a fastball high and out of the zone. It's 0-1. Volsky's at bat begins the 6th trip through the order tonight for the Kelowna Falcons. Volsky on 0 for 5 so far. The 0-1 backdoor breaking pitch stays just a bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bellingham has already used 4 pitchers today. Nick Nastrini, a golden start. 6 innings of 1-run baseball. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. 87 on the fastball, and Weiermiller blows it by Volsky. It's 1-2. This is the 3rd time this year Bellingham has gone to the 12th inning or later. Longest game of the season for the Bells came against Walla Walla, a 13-inning thriller. The 1-2. High and tight. Trying to get him to chase a fastball, but Volsky's able to lay off. It's 2-2. Nobody warming in the Bells bullpen. Nobody warming in Kelowna's bullpen either. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, ripped, foul down the left field line. Over top of the third base dugout. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Falcons. 3 runs on 8 hits and an error for the Bells. This not the only game in extra innings in the league tonight. As the 2-2 pitch swung on, hit high in the air, shallow right field. Connor Mack comes in, and the right fielder will make the catch. 1 away. Portland and Corvallis, they continue to play on. They are in the bottom of the 10th inning. Portland has a runner on first with nobody out. That would be the winning run. Portland needs a win to stay alive, just as the Bells need a win here tonight to stay alive. Both teams acting as the home team. Kelowna looking for a sweep. Bellingham has never been swept in 4 trips to the postseason. The first pitch to Tadosachuk is in there for a called strike. Bellingham did not make a postseason appearance from 2005 to 2012 upon their entrance to the West Coast League. But in 2012, the ship turned a 360 degrees. 0-1 misses high and outside, and the count's 1-1. And since 2012, Bellingham has been to the playoff 4 times, twice making it to the championship series, including winning it in 2014. The 1-1. Bounced in there, knocks Pasek off his feet as that one looked like it caught the front of the shoe in the toe area for Cody Pasek. He's going to take some time and walk that one off as they walk out to the mound and talk things over with Austin Weiermiller. Kelowna has only won 2 playoff games in their 13-year tenure in the West Coast League, also joined in 2005. They've only been to the playoffs a handful of times. They are 2-7 overall coming into this year. Now 3-7 after last night's series opening win. They took 2 from the Bells back in 2015 to advance to the championship series. The 2-1 pitch in on the hands, popped up towards the first base side. First baseman Needham gives chase. He makes the catch, crashing into the sidewall. 2 gone here in the inning. Wasn't hit very hard. Over near the side wall, it hangs up there long enough for Needham to cruise over and crash into the wall to make the catch. A beautiful catch from Needham, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. And here is Taylor Wright. He has been one of the most dangerous bats in the lineup for Kelowna here in the series. Tonight, 2 for 5, a single, a home run. He struck out once, he's flown out twice, both of them to deep center and to deep right field. Left-hander against left-hander. The first pitch, a fastball misses way outside for ball 1. Taylor Wright now has 6 home runs on the year after a home run to lead off the 8th inning. That brought the ball game back to within 1. Kelowna would add on another to tie it in the 8th. We're tied at 3 here in the top of the 12th inning. The 1-0 pitch. Just off the outer edge with another fastball in the count 2-0. Austin Weiermiller came on in the 11th inning, walked his leadoff man, struck out back-to-back batters in Fisher and Matt Land, and then got some help from Cody Pasek, who threw out Austin Butler at second. The 2-0 on the outside corner, strike 1. The dangerous Dan Pruitt waits in the on-deck circle for the Kelowna Falcons. Bellingham would love to be able to deal with the 3-hitter in the lineup and get their team back to the plate. The set and the 2-1 offering. Low and away, ball 3. Taylor Wright has worked himself into a fantastic hitter's count. 3-1, nobody on, 2 outs, top of the 12th. A 3-3 ball game here in Bellingham. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back into the screen. And the count runs to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big payoff pitch upcoming here for Weiermiller. Bellingham as a team today has struck out 17 Falcons. Austin Weiermiller would love number 18 right here. Lefty on lefty, the set. In the payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Austin Weiermiller strikes him out to end the inning. A 1-2-3 frame for the left-hander out of Stanford University. And we'll go to the bottom of the 12th. Bellingham, another chance to win it when we come back, tied at 3 on your home for the Bells, 98.9 FM K-Bay and 98.9FMKBay.com.
What's going on, Bells fans? Yeah, this was definitely, I would say, one of my favorite games as a Bellingham Bell that entire summer. It was a game of ups and downs. It was every single emotion in the book. And yeah, gosh, I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start it off by saying when usually Ben Leeper goes into the game, I usually take a back seat and just watch him do his thing. But their pitch was good as well. Leeper was shoving, and in any event, he got up in pitch count, I want to say the 10th inning. So then kind of next man up type deal is kind of how we had been all summer. And I started to warm up, kind of didn't really think I would go in because I thought Leeper would just finish the job. But, you know, he got up on pitch count, so boom, now I'm in the game. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't think I was going to even pitch today type thing. So I go in and just kind of break everything down with Cody Pasek, our catcher, who was basically like, hey, we're going to literally attack these hitters and we're not going to give them anything, not give them any credit. And back, don't try to be too fine with it. And, you know, your stuff is better than theirs. So that we've kind of really had that attack mentality, and I love the way Pasek calls the game, so I just kind of trusted him and his gut. Leeper had thrown so well, so I knew if I could just kind of piggyback off that and give our offense a chance to win, right? That was the ultimate goal. So I just had to hold him down for a couple more innings so we could figure it out at the plate, and you know, sure enough, we finally got that walk off to beat Kelowna that game. So that was in front of a really good crowd, a bunch of great fans, and gosh, that was definitely a game I'll never forget, being a Bellingham Bell. So, yeah, thank you so much.
We go to the bottom of the 12th inning. We have another pitching change for the Kelowna Falcons after Cal Henke goes 4 scoreless innings out of the bullpen. He is past his pitch count and has to be pulled from the ballgame. Isaac Olson will take over in his stead, the 6'1", 195-pound right-hander. Out of George Fox, the sophomore out of Stanwood, Washington, is 4-1 on the year with a 3.68 earned run average. And in 20 appearances this year, he's worked 36 and 2/3 innings. He's struck out 24, walked 12, and given up 31 base hits on the year. He will face the top of the order for Bellingham. Ernie Yake, Dusty Stroop, and Matt McLean, the scheduled hitters, here in the bottom of the 12th inning. 3-3 our score, and we have not seen a change since the 8th inning. Kelowna tied it up in the 8th as they were able to get it to a 3-3 ball game. That's where we stand here on to the 12th. Ernie Yake leads off against Isaac Olson. This is the right-hander's second appearance already in the series. His first pitch bounced in there for ball 1. Last night, Isaac Olson worked an inning and 2/3 of scoreless baseball. He did not allow a hit. He walked 1 batter and struck out 1. Opponents hitting just .238 off the right-hander this year. Here's the 1-0 to Yake. On the outside corner, a called strike. Outfield plays Ernie Yake fairly shallow and straight up. The third baseman, Taylor Wright, even with the bag at third, guarding against a bunt. Here's the 1-1. Just a bit outside, 2-1. Ernie Yake drew a walk in his last at-bat. He is 0 for 4 on the night, but he has reached base via the walk back in the 9th inning. Here's the wind from Olson, the 2-1. Curveball misses up and in, 3-1 the count. Dusty Stroop waits on deck. Ernie Yake, he represents the winning run, trying to get aboard here to lead off the 12th inning. 3-3 our score, bottom of the 12th. The 3-1 pitch. Taking all the way is Yake, and he watches that one below the knees. Ball 4. The winning run is aboard for the Bells here in the 12th. Hey, that'll bring up Dusty Stroop in what you can only imagine is a bunt situation here for the Bells. Ernie Yake draws his second walk of the ball game, and Dusty Stroop is now at the plate for the Bellingham Bells. The third baseman, Taylor Wright, is 5 steps in front of the cut of the grass down the third base line. Dusty Stroop waving his bat out in front of home plate. Here's the set. Now the square from Stroop. He pulls it back and takes a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Dusty Stroop on the year has 6 sacrifice bunts. That's good for second on the team, only behind Guthrie Morrison, who has 7. Stroop is squared around again, the 0-1. He pulls it back. This time it runs high and outside with a fastball. It's 1-1. Winning run, and Ernie Yake is down at first. Matt McLean, the Bells' 3-hitter, waits in the on-deck circle. Dusty Stroop trying to put a bunt down to move Yake into scoring position with less than 2 outs. Here's a throw over to first, a close play. They did not get him. Momentary lapse there as the back foot of Isaac Olson lifted off the rubber. But Yake able to get his right hand just in front of the tag. Good lead for Yake, 5-step lead. Stroop up in the box. He squares around again. The 1-1 pitch. Bunted back out in front of the plate. Isaac Olson gloves it. His only play is to first. He flips on to retire Dusty Stroop. But the winning run in scoring position with 1 out here in the 12th inning for the Bells. And Matt McLean will be the batter. A chance here for McLean to play hero once again. He's already done it 1 time this year for the Bells. A walk-off grand slam against the Bend Elks just a couple of weeks ago. July 23rd is when McLean last delivered a walk-off home run for the Bells. Now a single will likely win it. Isaac Olson steps off. He's going to call time, and Jake Fisher's going to walk out to the mound and talk things over with his right-handed reliever. There is another right-hander starting to loosen in the Kelowna bullpen. Bellingham must win today to keep their season alive. A loss will send them home. A win will force Game 3 tomorrow. Ernie Yake, the winning run, is out at second. 1 out here in the bottom of the 12th inning. A tie 3-3 ball game. Matt McLean is the batter. Right-hander against right-hander. The first pitch from Olson. A curveball taken for strike 1. Drop the deuce over for strike 1. 72 miles an hour on the bender, and Olson gets in front. Jordan Stoner waits on deck. Matt McLean trying to deliver here in the bottom of the 12th inning. Olson sets at the letters. His 0-1 pitch. Swung on, flared into right field, drifting over near the line, and that one will be caught by Pruitt, the first baseman. Tagging and moving to third on the play is Ernie Yake. The winning run 90 feet away from home, but there's 2 outs in the inning. Off the bat, didn't look like Pruitt was going to have a shot, but he's able to range back and make the over-the-shoulder grab for out number 2. But Ernie Yake wisely tags up on the play. He moves into third base. Jordan Stoner is the batter. He is 1 for 5 today, stands in from the right side, trying to play hero for the Bells here in the 12th inning. 3-3. Ernie Yake, the winning run 90 feet from home at third. The first pitch to Stoner. Taken at the knees, a called strike 1. A single wins it for the Bells. Jordan Stoner's also got great speed. He's just trying to put it into play here. Long look in from Olson, the right-hander. He sets at the letters. His 0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1. 3-3, bottom of the 12th. Fireworks night here at Joe Martin Field. Stoner trying to give the Bells an early dose of some fireworks here in the 12th inning. Trying to keep the Bells season alive. The set from Olson, the 1-1 pitch. 2. And it's 2-1 on Stoner. Ernie Yake with great speed down at third. Have to be wary of anything in the dirt as well. Fisher did not start the game behind the plate. He took over in the 8th for Ezra Samperi. But he is also a very good defensive catcher. The set, the 2-1 pitch. Swung on line towards left field. Base hit. Bellingham wins it, and they will play for one more day. Jordan Stoner delivers in the bottom of the 12th inning and walks it off for the 5th time here in Bellingham this year. And the Bells will play a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow night at 6:35. And the fireworks begin early for Bellingham as Jordan Stoner gets the water bucket out near first base as he is mobbed by his teammates as Bellingham wins it 4-3. They outlast the Kelowna Falcons here on a marathon 12-inning contest.
What's up, Bells fans? It's Jordan Stoner here. I was a part of the 2018 Bellingham Bells. I played outfield, and I'm here today to talk to you guys a little bit about our playoff experiences and my personal experience through the playoffs. So first off, I just wanted to say, from the staff, the players, the organization as a whole, it was by far one of the best summers I've ever been a part of. And, I'm so thankful that I got to be in Bellingham for that summer. Looking to the game itself, it was against Kelowna, and it was a must-win game for us because they kind of handed it to us the first couple days, and we had to kind of our playoff hopes alive. And for me personally, when I look back at the game, I wasn't having a great game up until the point where I had a chance to do what ended up happening. I was 1 for 5, but I was still confident. I was ready. Hopefully that opportunity would come up, and luckily for me, it did. In the bottom of the 12th, we had a couple big executions where got a runner on third. I believe it was Ernie, and we, I got up and got the chance at 2 outs. So for me personally in that situation, I was looking for, a ball over the plate, put something in play, and, hope to find something, to help extend the season. And I remember getting down in the count a little bit and, kind of kept fighting back in and ended up getting the pitch the inside of half, got my hands to it, and the rest is history there. So right away, right when I hit that ball and I knew it was clear, it was definitely one of the best and most memorable moments I've ever had on a baseball field. Just hearing the crowd at Joe Martin go crazy, my teammates coming up to me, tackling me, and having the water dumped on me, it was awesome, and something that I'll cherish forever. And, I'm just so thankful for the Bells fans, the organization, and everyone. Like I said, it was such a great experience. And, I look forward to coming to more games in the future. So thank you. Go Bells.